Hey guys, welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Before this video starts, I gotta explain to you a couple of things that I guess I already mentioned in the recording itself, but I just need to tell you guys these things and just explain it a little bit better. So first of all, these leaks that are from the leaker himself, XOF, I don't know why I pronounced it like that, but yeah, the guy that just leaks pretty much all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links content out there. We should know him by now, but anyways, when he posted this, basically the file that I'm checking out is a pastebin file, and all these files are just data mined from the game itself, but they're just placeholders right now. There's not really any card artwork or just stuff like that. They're just cards in the game that will be added at some point in the next couple of months. So these could potentially be in mini boxes and card trader cards, and just level up rewards from new characters when they release in the GX world or normal dual world. So that's one thing to pay attention to. Another thing too is that while this video is only 20 minutes long, there's actually still a lot more cards I wasn't able to finish just being recording on. My recording setup, see, I wanted to record this video on my computer instead of through my phone like I normally do, because it'll just be a lot easier to just search up all the cards through my computer and record through there. The only issue is that my computer is not in a good spot to just record audio. There's too much background noise where it's located because of my family and all that stuff. I like to record in my room because, you know, my family won't bother me that much, even though they still do, but that's besides the point. So there's going to be random cuts during that video. I'm going to sound a little bit more in a monotone state because I just don't really like recording in that room because there's just my family in the background. Yeah. So that's just kind of it. But if you guys looking forward to these leaks, there's a lot of really cool leaks like 6 Samurais and some other cool stuff in there. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for part 2, because I will record part 2 at some point when I have the time or when there's nobody around me to bother me. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, subscribe to the channel for the part 2 when that eventually will come. Leave a like on the video. Let's get on to the spicy data mined Duel Links content.
Hey guys, welcome back to a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Today, we're going to be doing a showcase video on all of these cards that are going to be eventually in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. XOF did a little data mine, and he posted a lot of these cards that are placeholders in Duel Links right now. The coding is not in the game yet. These are just placeholders, and there's only the names and just stuff like that in here right now. Sorry for any background noise, though, in this video. I'm not in a good place to record videos on my computer, but this video will be a lot easier to do if I'm recording it from the computer. So it'll be cuts, so it'll be background noises and all that stuff. But we're just going to take a look at all these cards that are going to be either level up rewards, card trader trades, cards from new boxes. They're just placeholders that are in the game right now and will eventually be added pretty soon. So anyways, so first up, these cards right here are nothing too crazy. So we're going to go to these cards right here. So these first 3 cards, I already checked out. They're just a bunch of just random vanilla cards right here, nothing too crazy. This one over here needs to be censored. Oh no, demonetized? I don't know, but we're joking around with that. But yeah, so the first 3 cards right here are just a bunch of just vanilla monsters that are, I don't know why they're in the game. Pretty ridiculous right here. Nothing too crazy. Water Girl. There we go, just a bunch of vanilla cards. The next card we have right here is Cyber Harpy Lady. This card is pretty interesting. I don't know if this card will exactly help out Harpy Lady or Harpies coming back to Duel Links, but Cyber Harpy Lady is a 4-star effect Twin Beast. Treated it always as a Harpy Lady, and it's an 1800 Harpy Lady. This could possibly bring back Harpy Ladies back into Duel Links. Possibly, who knows, because the issue is the skill Harpy's Hunting Ground got nerfed recently, or a good amount of months ago, so that's why no one's been playing Harpy Ladies anymore. But hey, Cyber Harpy Lady might be able to save it, who knows. Next up we have Blindly Loyal Goblin. This card's kind of interesting. It's a warrior effect monster. This card cannot, as long as this card remains in the field, control of this card cannot switch. That's pretty cool right here. So, no one can eat, con, take, or anything like that. This is a decent card too with 1800 attack. So this might be see some play, possibly. It's only a rare. I would assume it's going to be a rare, because it's pretty situational, but hey, you can stop the econ takes from happening. Next up, oh yeah, I'm sorry about that. I need to remember that, I don't record on PC that much, and I don't think I have all my settings right, but you only can see the top left of my monitor, and you can read that stuff right there. I gotta remember that. Anyways, we got Wild Nature's release. You can see the text right there. Target one beast or a beast warrior type monster gains attack equal to its current defense in the end phase during the end phase destroy. This card seems pretty interesting. Your beast monster will get a lot of attack from its defense. Of course, it depends on which beast monster, but hopefully you're going to use this to give your beast a lot of attack. Once it's destroyed, it can combo with some of those URs that were from that. I forgot what the thing was called, that box was called, but it had a bunch of beast support, and it had those 2 UR beasts that were able to pay if a beast monster on your field is like destroyed, not from battle, you can pay 1,000 life points to special summon it. So I see the combo right there. I think that's what the effect is. I could be wrong. Next up, we have a card called Mighty Guard. Right there. Just a random vanilla card, nothing too special. Probably level 10 reward or something like that. Next up, we have Trino Infinity. This card is pretty interesting. Kind of an interesting card right here. Duel Infinity is a 4-star dinosaur, and it has a question mark because its effect states the original attack of this card is the number of banished but dinosaur monsters times 1,000. That's a pretty interesting card right there, honestly, just because of the fact that if there's any like we already have some cards in the game that's allowed to banish, but I think that's only fiends. I think that's only fiends in the game. But Trino Infinity can really get like boosted up if you're able to get a bunch of dinosaurs in here, and I think some of the other cards in here are some other dinosaur stuff, so we can see the combos and stuff like that. Next up, we have Elemental Hero Dark Neo. It's nothing too crazy, it's just another Neo contact thing. If you guys, you should just read the effect if you can from this image. It's not the best, but its special effect is if this card is not already targeting a monster with effect, you can target a face-up effect monster in the field. And while it controls face-up card, that targets effect on the fields negated. So that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent right there. You can stop an effect from happening. Neospatian Dark Panther, though, it's pretty interesting by itself, in my opinion. I'll go read the effect for you guys real quick. Neospatian Dark Panther can be... I could see it seeing play in the game. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls until the end phase while you control his face-up card. This card name and effects become those of the target. That could be, I could see some play in the future from that. I can't like name a scenario on top of my head, but that could, I could see that having potential in the game. Next up, we have Sabersaurus. This card's gonna be really nice. It's a 1900 dinosaur that's vanilla. Yeah, 1900 attack is really good, and comboed with Jurassic World, you're summoning a 2200 beater. That's a level 4. That's pretty decent. Next up, we have Superconductor Triano. Nothing too crazy right here. Also, all these dinosaur cards that I'm talking about, I'm going to assume they're just level up rewards from when Huckleberry, or whatever his name was, from the GX world, just the guy that played the dinos. I don't know his sub name, or his original name is, and I forgot, and I think the dubbed Yu-Gi-Oh! GX was Huckleberry or something like that. I think so. Could completely be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen GX, but yeah, this is just a dinosaur card. Once per turn, you contribute a monster, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. This card cannot declare an attack. The effect was activated. Next up, we have a bunch of 6 samurais right here, and I tried to record this video one time, and I already read some of these stuff from the 6 samurais, but yeah, I never played 6 samurais before, so I don't know how to exactly use them, but I've seen a lot of the cards in this paste-bin files, and I can see some of the combos. But yeah, so this one, while you control while you control a face-up 6 samurai with a different name, this card can attack your opponent directly. If this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 samurai monster you control instead. So yeah, all the 6 samurai cards have this effect. While I control a 6 samurai monster with a different name, they have that effect, and you only can activate their effects if you have another 6 samurai on the field with a different name. And the same thing with all of them is that if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy another face-up 6 samurai you control instead. So that's the same thing with all of these. This one, in particular, though, its little special ability is that this card can attack your opponent directly. That's pretty decent, honestly. I can see some shenanigans from that, that's for sure. Next up, we're going to go to Yanshi. And its little special thing about him, of course, he has the effect of... okay, so this is actually a little different. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, destroy the monster this card attacked. That's pretty decent right there. You only can activate this effect if there's another 6 samurai with a different name. And if this card would be destroyed. So yeah, the same stuff right there. This guy will be pretty decent if you're going to play 6 samurais, just because it's an 1800 warrior. And if you didn't destroy your opponent's monster, then you can you can activate this effect. So that's pretty decent right there. But remember, you gotta have another 6 samurai on the field. This one, I think, is Spell and Trap card. No, it isn't. This one's kind of meh. I don't think this one's really special. If you control another face-up, yeah. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. That's kind of neat, but it's only 1400, and it has the same effects as the rest of them. Gonna go to the next one. Yanshi, 6 Samurai Yanshi. Its little special thing about it is that once per turn you can target a set spell and trap card. You can destroy that target. That's pretty nice right there, but you remember, it only can be set. But yeah, you need to have a different 6 Sam on the field to do it. This card cannot declare attack if you activate that effect, and if this card would be destroyed, you can destroy a different one. That's pretty decent right here. This one, right here though, is a little bit better. I'm gonna just do that real quick. Okay, so this one's a little bit better than the previous one. Same effect as the previous one, but you can target a face-up spell and trap card. So honestly, the other one would probably be better than this one, because you can destroy set cards, so you can destroy like a spell and trap, or just a trap. But both of those guys can combo pretty decently. Destroy all those face-up and face-down cards right there. Next up, we have 6 Samurai Anu. Right there. This guy is kind of neat, I think. I'm trying to remember his ability, but at the start of a damage step, this card attack face down defense position monster, destroy the monster immediately with this card's effect without flipping it up or down. Damage collision or calculation. You only can activate his effect, of course, if there's another 6 Samurai on the field, and if it would die, you can destroy a different 6 Samurai. But this card, pretty good right there. Now, I wouldn't see it too. It's kind of situational because not a lot of people play face down defense position cards all the time. I mean, it negates Maneater Bug, which is nice, so that's pretty cool. Next up we got right here is the Great Shogun Shen or whatever. This will, from what I heard, 6 Samurais are going to be in the next like box. If so, this will probably be the UR from that box, one of them at least. The Great Shogun Shen. It's an 8-star fire warrior with the effect. If you control 2 or more face-up 6 Samurai monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's pretty cool right there. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell trap card each turn. That's really good right there. This card right here, just that effect alone, still can be pretty viable in Duel Links. I don't know how effective it will be, but it's still pretty good. And then if this card's destroyed, you can destroy a different 6 Samurai instead. The other thing to mention too, this is a 2500 attack monster right here that can be special summoned. That's pretty important to think about too, because there's a lot of monsters in the game that are 2400. Red Eyes, Phoenix. I think Dakini though is 2700, which kind of sucks. But yeah, pretty good right there. 2500 is nice. That's a nice number right there. Next up we have Sharon's Foot Soldier. This is just a searcher for level 3 6 Samurai monsters. If this card is destroyed, sent to the grave, especially on level 3 and lower Samurai 2 deck. This can actually be the combo that you need, because you can, this card dies, summon a level 3 6 Samurai. That could be that level 3 one that can destroy set monsters. Then after that, you normal summon a other 6 Samurai that's like an 1800, and then since you have 2 Samurais on the field, you can special summon the boss monster. That would probably be the combo right there. Next up, we're gonna go on to Legendary Ebon Steed. This is I think this is a 6 Samurai card. Let me see. Quote to 6 Samurai monster gains 200 attack and defense. If it would be destroy this card instead. I was about to say this card's garbage, but this second effect right here can be pretty good. Possibly that card that can protect them pretty well. But then against equip card, and equip cards are kind of bricky, so I don't see much people playing that, but who knows. Might be decent to tech in one of them. Next up we have Sharon Castle of the Mist. Okay, this is like the OP card, I think. When a 6 Samurai is attacked, the attacking monster loses 500 attack during damage collision only. I don't know if this is the overpowered 6 Samurai card. Maybe it is, but I heard there's a field spell that 6 Samurais had that were really good, but there's that. This one right here, I know what this card is, because I have a copy of this card right here. This card's pretty decent. It is Elemental Hero Neos List. This card's pretty decent. It is a 4-star Gemini. If you don't know what Geminis are, when they're on the field or in the graveyard, they're counted as a normal monster, but then once you summon them again while they're on the field, they're counted as effect monster, and then they gain the effect. That's on the bottom of the text right here. The bottom of the text says, this card's become Elemental Hero Neos while it's on the field. That's pretty decent right here. It's also a 1900 warrior, so with Joey's field spell, you can get a 2100 warrior beater, which is pretty nice. It's a light star. And if you summon it again, you get a spicy Elemental Hero Neos, so spicy plays from there. Pretty cool right there. Next up, we're gonna go to this card right here. And this is just equip monster, get 9 attack. For each card either player graveyard that's the same name as this does. Oh, okay, so if you're running multiple copies of a monster, you play this card right here and they gain 9 attack. Okay. Neat. Dude, we have a lot of cards. We have 71 cards to go through. Jeez, so much different cards in here. Next up, oh, I just didn't copy the rest of this, but this seems to be another 6 samurai monster. Cannot be normal summon a set, must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 6 samurai monsters from your graveyard. That's pretty good right there. Cannot be special summoned by the other ways. Once per turn, you can target one face of monster and destroy the target. This card cannot declare an attack until you activate its effect. This card is actually pretty good. Yeah, you can special summon it by banishing 2 6 samurais. That could be clutch, and you get to destroy a monster. That is actually pretty cool. We're gonna go into this one. Swift Strike Armor. Okay, I was gonna say, do I have to point Yu-Gi-Oh at the end of it? Is Swift Strike Armor an actual thing? But no, it probably isn't, except in Yu-Gi-Oh. During your draw phase, each time you draw a 6 samurai monster card, you can reveal it, special summon it. That's kind of decent. Probably a tech card. It'll get them out on the field, which is nice. So you can go for them plays. Gemini Summoner is pretty cool. I have this card in real life also. But yeah, Gemini Summoner is a 4-star spellcaster. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can pay 500 life points. Normal summon / send a Gemini monster from your hand, or normal summon face of Gemini monster control. The first time this card will be destroyed by battle, each turn it's not destroyed. This card is actually really good. I hope this is added, because one, it doesn't die right away, which is amazing. So you can put it in a face down defense position and it can take a hit. Then you can pay 500 life points and special summon a monster like Phoenix Gearfried. Really cool right there. Gemini Summoner can actually be pretty helpful for Geminis. I like Geminis, so I'm really glad that that card will be added to the game soon. I'm going to assume it's going to be Card Trader. Yeah, so next up we got Heroes Rule. Number 2, it's a counter trap. Negate the activation of a spell, trap, or effect monster effect target's card and graveyard to destroy it. Kinda decent, I can see that as a rare. Hand of the 6 Samurai. Let's go check out this card. Hand of the 6 Samurai is a 3-star. If you control another face-up 6 samurai monster, you can tribute 1 6 samurai monster to target one monster field and destroy it. Okay. That's kind of neat, I guess. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. Yeah, that's kind of meh, honestly. I don't see much people gonna run that. Medium with the Ice Barrier. Another Ice Barrier card. Let's see if this can actually help out the decks. I have not seen Ice Barriers played in a little while. Ooh, an interesting looking card already. Blue-haired chick. If your opponent controls 4 more cards than you do, you can special summon this from your hand. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell trap for each turn. That's good. Maybe I can see this played in like a Taya Burn? I don't know. People that play Cup of Ace can probably use that. I don't know. Hopefully there might be some decent stuff from there. Legacy of the Hero. Oh yeah, I pulled this card on my channel. Turn 2 fusion monsters from your graveyard to extra deck that lists hero monsters material. Draw 3 cards. I can activate 1 Legacy of the Hero once per turn or per turn. This is neat and all, but I don't think that card will actually be viable. Too specific. Honestly, fusion decks are just garbage in Duel Links. It is like, they're just not that good. Oh jeez, okay. I don't know why I typed that, that's probably why. Yeah, that's probably why. This card was actually data mined at one point. All beast monster control gain 100 attack for each monster in your graveyard. That's a pretty decent effect right there. Field spell cards cannot be activated. Field spell cards cannot be activated the turn this card is destroyed. That's pretty good too. Stop the Tunes and Mausoleums right there. That's a pretty good field spell. Next up, Elemental Hero Neos Knight. I have actually not seen this card before. Actually, I did. That was from the Bonds Beyond Time movie. Cool. So yeah, you just need a Warrior and a Neos. This card cannot be except for a Fusion Summon. Okay, so you can use Polymerization, which is good. This card gains attack equal to half the attack or type fusion material monsters. Uses Fusion Summon this card. Other than Neos, this card can attack twice during each battle phase. If this card attack or its attack your opponent takes no battle damage. That last part sucks about this card. Everything else is good except for that last part. But I don't know, you can combo that pretty decently, I guess. I mean, everything about that is pretty good except for that last part. Except we have, oh yeah, this card's already in Duel Links. Okay, yeah, this card's already in Duel Links. It's from the card flipper thing. You guys can take a read on it if you want to. Pause the video, but this card's already in Duel Links, so I'm not going to talk about it. This card, is it already in Duel Links? I'm not too sure, but yeah, you can add a G monster for your deck to your hand. Cool. Don't know what that archetype is, but there you go for anybody that knows that archetype. Never heard of that, though. Next up, we have Swift Strike, or 6 Strike Triple Impact. If you control 3 or more 6 Samurai monsters, you can activate these effects. That's a pretty good effect right there. Okay, then. This spell and trap lets you, if you have 3 of them on the field, you can destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls, destroy all face-up spell and trap cards your opponent control, destroy all set spell and trap cards. That is a really good effect right there. And you can still attack after that happens, so jeez. Run 2 copies of that? Oh, dude, 2 copies of that, you're golden, dude. Oh, jeez. If you're able to play like 2 of them in the same turn with 3 of them on the field, that's crazy. Shin's Scheme, if a 6 Samurai monster you control destroy a battle special, summon up to 2 6 Samurais from your hand. That's actually really good, too. I could see that seeing some play. Tekken, maybe 1 or 2 in there. I think Tiki's Curse is already in the game. Oh, no, it isn't.